Hello, welcome back to the Vocalyst. For those of you new here, my name is Bethany and I am a voice teacher. Today we are listening to the fabulous Sohyang sing Bridge Over Troubled Water. The first time I heard this singer, it was on the song Are You Wrong Alone? At which point I discovered she's like the queen of mixing super high. So I have my keyboard nearby just in case I need to check notes and see how high she's singing today. But many of you recommended this after my first reaction, so I figured it was time. Let's do it. Okay, I really like the sound she just made at the end there. We're gonna go back. I'm reminded by just how angelic her voice is. It's so beautiful, and she does such a great job implementing straight tone. You can hear in her breath how she just suspends those phrases so beautifully and really keeps the air moving in order to keep a beautiful tone without letting the vibrato in. Perfect balance of air pressure and tension. Right there, tears are in. Perfect air control. Something I'm noticing that I don't think I recognized in that first reaction is her use of nasal resonance. So I'm not going to go back. I have a feeling she's going to do this a little bit more, but you can hear sort of the difference in her voice when she knows she doesn't have to go very high. She allows a little bit more chest resonance to come in, creating kind of a warmer, more sultry sound. And then when she has to extend and she really needs to blend a lot higher into like her upper registers, she uses a little bit more nasal resonance, which is so smart because in head voice, we employ a lot of nasal resonance. So even though she's mixing and she's incorporating that chest sound, she's being very smart because it's so much easier to blend up when you incorporate that nasal sound more in the lower part of your mix. When you're down and out. Okay, let me go back. This is the sound I'm talking about that has a little bit more core and a little bit more oomph and warmth to it. When you're down and out. It's beautiful. When you're on the street. When Okay, if I'm guessing right, this next section she's gonna put more nasal resonance in. I'm gonna go back so we can hear the difference. I hope I'm right. Okay, hold on, we're going back. That was so, I love her transition into that head kind of like falsetto airiness, but she didn't need to do it because her mix is so good. It's so powerful and it's got that beautiful cry to it that just makes it so present. Let's see if I can find it. Did you hear that? Like, she went straight. Oh my gosh. Okay, that head voice was doing a lot of the runs, but she carried it into her mix so beautifully. Head, and then down into mix. Hold on. What note is that? Okay, it's a G. She definitely went higher in the last song. It's the anticipation. I don't know what she's doing with this song. I don't know where it's gonna go. That is the difference in her mix between chest resonance and head resonance. Let me go back. Chest. Oh, it was so good. I love this arrangement. Oh my gosh! She like took me to church. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. I want to hear that part again with, okay, I don't know why. Everyone's got their thing. I love when you've got such a great song and most of the instrumentals like drop out and it's just like clapping, and I was feeling it. Let's see. Sohyang. Sorry, I know I rewound for a purpose and I got distracted. But it's so relaxed. I didn't get back far enough. Don't hate me, we're going back further. This part. This was so beautifully done. The reason, hold on, I don't want to interrupt this section, but usually when you have a section like this where it's just like, come on, clap with us sort of thing, it's like this huge powerhouse voice just like going to town. And you know she can. You know she's capable of that. But she's like, no, we're going to do something a little different. And so she's just, it's like this, I don't know, it's like bubbling. It's like ready to boil over because she's like keeping it so subdued and intense and beautiful and emotional and not letting herself give it all away until, you know, later. So delicate. Ugh. Yes. She is one of those singers who just puts me at ease when I'm watching. When you have vocalists who are extraordinary, like an incredible range, incredible musicality and musicianship, there are some times when you hear a singer and you're like, are they gonna make it? Is this gonna come out right? No, you just know, like, whatever she does, she's gonna nail it and she's gonna do it beautifully. Something very cool that I learned recently, I've been doing some research on speech level singing, which is a term that I think was, I don't know if it was patented or trademarked by the vocal coach Seth Riggs. And I found out in this research that Sohyang actually worked with him. Now, from my understanding, I haven't taken any official courses or anything like that, but speech level singing applies to a technique in which your larynx sort of stays in a neutral position, or rather, kind of the same position that your larynx is in when you are speaking. When we sing, some teachers really support a lowered larynx. You also might hear singers talk about like, my larynx was in my eyeballs because their larynx got so high on like a high note because they were reaching for it. So this technique is not about reaching for notes and rather keeping your larynx in that neutral position. Again, I have no accreditation in teaching this particular technique, nor have I worked with any singer or teacher who might be affiliated with Seth Riggs. So if I said anything wrong or described speech level singing incorrectly, I do apologize. This is just what I'm learning from my own research. Nonetheless, when I saw Sohyang's name, I got really excited because I thought, well, she obviously knows what she's doing, so I've started digging into it a little bit more just to see what it's all about. Back to the performance. That top mix note ended up being a G5. I know she can go much higher, but I think it's smart when you're in a competition to sort of pick your battles, so to speak, or decide what you're gonna highlight from week to week. So sometimes you're gonna want to show off your range, other times you're gonna want to show off some powerhouse vocals, other times it's gonna be more intimate and reserved. And she's just such a great, well-rounded musician and has so many things that she can do. So it doesn't always have to be about singing the highest note, because as we've seen by all of these incredible singers I've heard so far, everyone has something unique and special to offer, and so you gotta play to your strengths, but also there's nothing wrong with reining it in and showing a different side of your artistry. So, this was fun. Anywho, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.